we have like very bad news for you. There was a car accident. It wasn't their fault. It was the driver, but they died on the spot. And this was like a month just before graduation. Counseling did not help. I did not go to counseling because of my bad experience. Yeah, I should.
Today we have a topic, and the topic for today is on when does grief end?
Oh,
yeah.
That's very big one.
Yeah, but it does never end.
It never
ends.
Well, according to Louis Tonkins, growing around grief, it was a metaphor. He says the metaphor is a helpful way of thinking about how long grief lasts. So he states that grief doesn't ever completely go away. And sometimes the feelings can be intense with someone when someone first, as intense as if someone's just died. So he was saying that a helpful way of thinking about grief is thinking about how long it will last. And he states that grief doesn't ever completely go away. Basically, that there are some days that it would feel as intense as if it had just happened. But with, things happening in your life, you would never get over it, but you kind of just find a way to kind of move with it. You see what I mean? But sometimes people feel guilty and they feel like they're disloyal when they do forget about the grief. And I think that's what you tapped on, didn't you? You said like sometimes you feel guilty.
I do. And it's like when I think about it, because I get to experience all those things and travel and see, and I do feel guilty, like they would never. And they, of course, don't have time to travel because we were very young. We just, there was no like 17-year-old with what money we're going to go to another country.
Yeah.
So I feel guilty that they can't experience this, they can't see this. And
So generally, like just with the milestones that you have in life, you kind of always kind of think back about where that be.
Yeah, no, I experienced guilt as well with my mom. I'm better now, so not as bad with time. I think
what are you guilty about?
I think it's a phase. Guilt, one is I feel I could have saved my mom.
Okay.
Two is I was going through, like I shouldn't be happy. Like why should I be happy if my mom isn't here? And also I used to think therapy helped. I used to think if I die today, of course you should be sad. That was my thought process when I was younger. So I was never happy for like 7 years. My 27th birthday was when I started becoming happy. I never used to say I was happy. I always never even acknowledged that my mom was passed away. So for people ask me, I'm like, oh yeah, my mom is fine. Unless she's passed away. I used to be guilty to acknowledge the fact that she's not here. Yeah.
What's funny is that even though I've kind of experienced grief more, I guess, the last 2 years.
Yeah.
But before that, I used to feel guilty about being happy because I've not that my life has been smooth sailing, but I think that I've kind of had it a little bit easier compared to other people that I know, and I've not really had anything bad happen to me. So I thought that that's because if I'm too happy about the things, like how well my life is going, that something bad would happen.
Yeah.
And so with like really key moments where you should be like, like your joy kind of, you should be over the moon.
Yeah.
I'd kind of tone it down because I'd be like, well, actually, something bad's going to happen. So you can't even enjoy those moments where you are fully happy because you're thinking it's going to be taken away from you. So it's grieving to some degree because I'm robbing myself of
the good times.
Right? Yeah. Totally. In fear of losing it. Yeah. And it's like, well, you've not even lost it yet. How are you're trying to preserve something that, you've not even lost.
Yeah. Sometimes we're overcautious as well and thinking about these things, and we're preventing ourselves into being happy. So this is what someone said that nothing will do what you do to yourself. Nothing will do to you what you would do to yourself.
Oh, yeah.
Something like that. Don't do what. How is it?
Yourself.
Yeah, something
like that.
But like literally, the worst things we always do to ourselves. To be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not gonna lie.
No.
I think that, I mean, with what, you know, you and your friends do to kind of like honor their memory and things like that, that is kind of, you know, you don't have to feel guilty because you are living the life for them almost, what they would have wanted, right? They would want you to live your life to the maximum. And every time you do that, you kind of honor them in that moment.
Yeah, that's true. It's true. It's just I need to keep reminding myself that I shouldn't feel guilty about that. I should be happy that this moment is here for me and I'm in the moment and I should enjoy it more. And I did learn with time to experience this more and to just be happy in the moment and to honor their memory in this way. But it took very long time to get there. Yeah.
It took me 7 years actually.
Yeah.
When people are thinking,
I will never get over the loss. What do I do?
So he just gives them tips on what to do.
Okay.
But he says, take it easy on yourself. It's not about getting over a debt. It's about learning to live with a new normal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
It's
important.
okay to think about your loved one. You likely will for many years to come. And many say it's a goal simply to be able to recall memories and smile rather than cry. If you are struggling to get about your days, we suggest you either reach out to a professional for help and join a bereavement group or speak to a spiritual leader. Well, this is why I'm reaching out on my podcast.
Yes. See, for me, this is better than talking to.
This is better for me.
Yes, this is better for me. And
So
just talking with a friend. Yeah.
This is the reason I wanted to do. Yeah.
Do you ever feel like you want to get over it?
Come on, that question I find offensive.
Sorry.
That question is very offensive.
But I just meant,
No. Don't ask that
not
question.
someone saying to you to get over it, but do you ever feel to yourself that you should get over it? Or do you always feel like, I want to always remember?
There's no get over it.
want
There's
to-
no
yeah.
get over it. That question is a no, love. You see, we're going to touch upon this in one of our thingy.
Yeah.
Well, there's no getting over it. How can I get over my mother? Come on, like seriously. Can you get over your... So because the thing is, this is the thing. I always say, yes, they're not here, but she's still my mom. That's still your friend.
Yeah.
And honestly, I'm envy of you, to be honest, because you see, grief comes with jealousy. So I am a jealous person when it comes to seeing people with their moms. Like, I'm so jealous. Like, I even sometimes don't want to see it because I'm just like, thank you for reminding me what I don't have.
Yeah.
You know, so I'm actually jealous of you that, I'm over now thinking in a psych, it sounds weird. I'm like, maybe it's even better to lose a friend than a mother because at least there's support. I feel, because I wish I had
for a way to
yeah, I wish I had someone that could say, yeah, it's mom's birthday today, let's go have dinner. Oh yeah, it's my mom's anniversary, let's go.
Yeah, it's a different type of
Friends, I think it's easy. This is, to be fair, as I said earlier, this is the reason I want to have this podcast because we can have this conversation. But
and see how everybody kind of deals with it. And
it's different for everyone.
different for everyone.
I think it's kind of, I mean, like I said, it is nice and unique that you have that group circle, but I guess it could equally have gone the opposite way, right? You could, you know, you and your friends could have fallen out, or, you know, you just feel alone in that, right?
Yeah.
Exactly. And then you're alone in your grief and you don't feel like you can speak up.
Yeah. Thank God we're still, and to be honest with you, if I think about it now, if I was alone in my grief, if there wasn't like anyone there, like friends, I don't know how I would have, I'm not over it, but I don't know how this period would have gone.
Survived it.
Maybe like it, I literally don't know. If I didn't have this support system, my family and friends, I'm not sure like how I would have. You need someone. It doesn't matter if it's your friend or someone that, like you mentioned, like someone to text you, to call you, to message you, to just bug you, but in a way that please, like, respond to this. I'm here for you.
Yeah.
You need this person.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter who it is, if it's your friend or family, but you need someone that is like there.
So you appreciate the
Listen, I don't.
Yeah.
So, you know what? See, I go through depression. I will forever be depressed. And it's okay because, you know what? I'm even actually like when I'm depressed because I'm like, okay, my mom is happy that at least at this moment is my moment with her. So my sad and quiet moment, I'm like, okay, in a way, it's like, oh, mom, at least you know that I'm not just happy. I'm still sad about you. So I enjoy that now because I'm now experienced with my depression. So for every year I go through my episodes. And my point is, when I'm reclusive and when you don't hear from me, I think it's my friend's job to message me. And if I ignore you, still message me, because that's part of grieving. And you'd find out with people who grieve in the adult stage. Actually, not in the adult stage. It depends. People deal with it differently. But what I've seen is, this is just my opinion. And again, I have 3 close friends who've now lost their moms, and they're now doing it to me, because I was the first in my friendship group who lost their mom. So I was doing it to them. So now they're like, oh, I see. Okay. My friends that I text them, they don't respond to me, but I'm not offended. But that's my job I don't need to ask questions, because clearly they're not okay. So I think asking a grieving person, are you okay, is just delusional.
They're not okay.
Don't be asking questions. Just be sending messages like, I'm thinking of you.
Or I really hate everything is gonna be okay.
Oh,
Is it? It's not. This is my worst nightmare. If someone says this, I'm like, are you okay? I'm sorry.
okay. Yeah. So the texting, like you said, even if you're ignored, still text. Just send a heart. Thinking of you. I'm here when you want to talk. I'm always here for you. Those are the messages to send grieving people. Not, are you okay? I'm trying to reach you. You're not answering. I'm just wondering what's going on.
Yeah.
Excuse me?
Yeah.
I lost my mother. 20 years later, I'm still grieving.
Yeah.
So there's no time to get over it. And also, this is taken from the website myfarewelling.com. They also mentioned my friends are tired of me, because sometimes, these are just things where, like for me, I don't really just bring up to my friends who are not, if I don't know you're grieving, I don't really just come and say, oh my God, I'm sad today about my mom. There's no point. So some people who do, I used to feel awkward actually doing it, because I thought, I don't want people to pity me as well, to say, oh my gosh, she's just going on about it. So this is saying that if you have questions like, my friends are tired of me complaining, what should I do? And he says, unless someone has experienced a loss, it might be difficult for them to truly understand your pain. While they likely want to be supportive, they might not be able to give you the compassion that you need.
Yeah.
If possible, it might be helpful to seek out therapy, again, bereavement group, or surround yourself with people who are empathetic. I agree. I love this website. I'm actually gonna post it on the screen so that you guys can look at it as well. This website actually, I agree with things they say.
Yeah.
I can relate to it.
If you haven't experienced it, of course, you want to be there for someone, but sometimes you just don't know how exactly and what to do, and that's completely normal. So yeah, if you don't have anyone that can actually understand and you feel like you're a burden for your friends and family, then a group and counseling would be it's not my first choice, but everyone should try something different. So yeah.
Is it because of your experience?
Yeah, this woman was just like, I'm feeling but wherever you are.
Oh my God.
Maria, her name was.
She's gonna watch this.
Wherever you are, Maria, you did not help me at all first, and you were a horrible person. She literally that's why I think I'm just damaged from these sessions that I had with her, and she was a horrible therapist. But I encourage everyone to, if they need extra support, to seek a counselor, because not everyone is bad. I'm just
Yeah.
So please do seek help, and these groups are super helpful to just express how you feel in the moment. So definitely, I
think even just for guidance to what else you can do. That therapy doesn't work for everyone, but I think if you kind of just know that there are other tools out there that you can access. I know, Eloho, you mentioned before that gym was your thing, right?
Well, gym is still my thing.
Yeah,
that's the reason I exercise a lot.
Exactly. So it's all about your well-being and just seek help if you need it, in whatever shape it looks like.
Yeah. I'm just gonna read out the next two, because I'm obsessed with this website. So they also say, what do I say when, we touch upon it actually, is what do I say when people ask how they can help? And they're saying each situation is unique, but if you feel that those asking do want to help, you might consider thinking of something that they could do that would be helpful to you. We advise that you make your request as specific as possible. This could range from asking for them to bring you a meal a day, taking your dog for a walk, or simply calling to check up on them. Think about who is asking and what they would be comfortable doing. They will likely be comforted and honored to know. They would likely be comforted and honored to know that you're supporting them. We touch about that. And then the last one is the world doesn't, if you're wondering, the world doesn't seem to understand my pain. I feel so alone. There was a period where I felt so alone. I went to one time where I felt so alone. It's just a part of grief, so it's fine. But yeah, it says this is a very common feeling. Unfortunately, while your friends may not want to help, those who have not experienced loss will struggle to truly empathize with you. We suggest, again, joining the bereavement group, therapy group. Each loss is unique, but you may find solidarity and comfort with others who share similar pain. Yeah. Yes, you can also speak with a therapist who may help walk through your feelings. But yes, I'm obsessed with this.
No.
Very good.
Can I ask, was there ever a time that you felt a disconnect with your group?
To be honest, there was one period. So after we graduated university, I think this was purely due to like everyone going for a job and like their life becoming a bit busier than usual. Because in university, of course, like it's just, it's not that busy, I would say. We were still collecting like on regular basis. But after we graduated, I would say like it was more difficult. And then it wasn't really a falling out, but it was just a bit quiet, different.
Adulting,
yeah.
It's hard now.
Adulting, yeah. And yeah, everyone was going for a different job. Everyone was going for a different city.
Yeah.
So I guess this also played a role. But I'm still like happy like that we're still very close. Yeah. So on birthdays, we're still together. We're great friends, yeah. Even though everyone's in a different country currently. Yeah.
But you still keep in touch. That's so great. Yeah, so we're going to wrap this up. I was just going to say, do you have any other question?
I was just going to say, what do you miss most about your friend?
Oh, that's
that's the best question. One of their best qualities, they're the funniest people I've ever met. Until this day, they're like, there's no one funnier. And they could have made anyone laugh, from the most serious person to literally laughter was all around. When they're like entering a room, they would just crack a joke. Everyone would start laughing. Yeah. Laughter and like jokes was their thing. And the boy and the girl as well, even though funny. Yeah. But they were both super funny. Yeah. Together and separate. So I miss this about them a lot, and just making my day. Even if I feel like the world is falling apart, they would have come to me and just make the worst joke or the best joke, but it's gonna make me laugh anyway. So I think this is what I miss, like this laughter, but like
that's
that's such a good question. I was gonna that's such a good question. Oh my god.
Do you have any more? No. So I want to ask you, this is going from happy to sad. Just
should I prepare?
Not really. I mean, it's not like, because I know and I know you're so bubbly. Yeah. I know you're emotional as well, but living with you, I've never seen you like sad. So I just want to know, like, apart from with boys, I only know apart from when she's heartbroken. No, but apart from men, sadness. No. Like, with life, do you ever get sad or depressed? And let's not say, answer.
But what does that look like?
I'm very good in hiding it.
Okay.
I am such a good actress as well. So I used to be an actress back in Bulgaria. So very funny. I'm very good in hiding my sadness, and I'm very good in pretending that I'm perfect and my life is like just rainbows and stuff. So I think that's why you haven't seen me actually sad, because I'm very good in keeping this. And I know it's not good and it's not healthy, but it's just like And it's just certain people that would know that I'm not okay. So they know, like they see me and they're like, oh, this is just you're putting up a good front. Yeah. So that's why, yeah, I'm very good in like just keeping it. But I'm very bubbly. Yeah.
The real Plamena look like? What, as in when you're in that moment? What does
Plus, also, if you can kindly answer this a little bit briefly, what makes you sad? Apart from I'm just trying to figure out, like, if you go through depressions, like, what the trick? I like to understand people who are not grieving as, like, some people are not sad, just, like, I get sad, to be honest, my only sadness is missing my mom. So, I'm trying to understand, does anything trigger you that make you sad or depressed?
If something happens to my family, or if they're not okay, this triggers me. This makes me sad.
You kind of just think the worst, like
it's gonna. I'm always like, because my dad had a surgery a couple of years back, and I was always like thinking the worst, and I was oh my god, like so this would definitely
Oh, cool.
But what would a bad day, like you said, you mask a lot, so what would a bad day look like for you? What, like, do you lash out? Are you kind of just like...
I get very angry. Okay. I would say my anger comes out.
Yeah.
Even though, like, I'm trying to keep it like... But I would say it's anger. And, like, ugly crying. Yeah. Okay. Ugly crying plus anger. Not a good picture. But it does happen, I guess, from time to time.
Yeah.
But,
Okay. Well, last question. So, how does your mental health feel today? And how are you feeling? Are you happy?
Great question. Is anyone really happy nowadays? That is a good question. Fully happy. I mean, like, are you fully content with yourself and happy? I don't know. It's different. It's different. I'm happy on some days 100%, then on other days I'm 70%. But I'm much better than I was back then, let's say, because it's taken time to heal, to process. But I feel like it's always with me, and I wouldn't say I'm like 100% happy. I'm trying to be.
Oh yeah,
I'm trying to.
I agree. Yeah. You find when I say I'm never. Of course, I'm not happy, but I mean, I got to a place of where I can actually say in 20 when I was 27, which is 7 years after I lost my mom, I could confident. I never said I was happy, but I now have inner peace.
Yes.
Which translates to, if I have only £1 in my account, I could never be sad or cry because of I'm broke.
Yeah.
Like, money can never make me sad. Not having a job can never make me sad. The only thing I think that can make me really sad is poor health. So this is why I'm big on like trying to be healthy. But a boy broke my heart. Who cares? I lost my...
Is it because it's just like, well, not
because my mom
bad as...
I can compare is if I was dying.
Yeah.
So I had one leg, of course, or I'm sick.
Yeah.
But nothing else can make me sad in the end. That's why I don't really get angry, but I mean, I don't take life serious. I do just like, girl, listen, you're crying because what? You don't have a job and you're breathing and you can't walk.
Exactly.
Why are you crying?
If you're healthy,
but anyways. But yes, thank you so much. You want to say
final words? Just a little advice to anyone. Please reach out, seek help. Don't let this like literally sink in. Like, let it sink in, but don't let it like, suffer alone. That's what seek help. Don't suffer alone. Don't disconnect from your environment. And thank you so much for having me.
Welcome. Oh my God. It's about sushi date.
Sushi date. Oh my God. Next time, sushi date. Yeah.
So I always leave with a quote. And the quote for today is, remember that grief is a process which is unique to you. Be kind to yourself and allow plenty of time to grieve that loss. The emotional high that you get from the release of endorphins. How'd you say that word?
You're right.
Endorphins. Okay. So on this big grammar, I'm kidding. So the emotional high you get from the release of endorphins whilst laughing and having a good time with your friends is cut short and replaced with a mountain of sadness after their death.